My name's Angela. Back in the day, my friend Miranda and I used to just sit and play video games until the sun went down. Yeah, life sure was good, and nothing could go wrong. Thank goodness for nap time. If we stay quiet enough, maybe we can record an episode of ConsoleMoms. Hello everybody, welcome to ConsoleMoms. My name is Angela.
And I'm Miranda.
This is our fourth podcast. Miranda, what have you done this week?
I hung out with you this week. My laptop that I got for Mother's Day, once again, I had to turn it in. I'm on my third one now.
At least you're getting a laptop.
I know,
but I got a steak burger and that's already been down in the toilet already.
It's been gone for a while. So I finally got this third one. It has more space and everything I need. So we're going to stick with this one. But while we're at Best Buy, we brought Angela with. And, you know, we were getting my laptop cleared and stuff, and there was this woman on a bench. She was sitting there at first on the bench with her head in a backpack. And to me, at first, that was odd.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, whatever. And then me and Angela were sitting there making fun of the Best Buy registry list, and she does a front flip off the bench. Like, falls forward and flips.
Yeah.
And me and Angela look at each other, big eyes, and just turn the other way. But yeah, she just, like, fell, and no one did anything.
No one even asked. But yeah, she just kind of fell asleep, flipped over the bench.
And we just turned around and
it was like...
we were looking at each other with these faces, trying really hard not to bust out laughing. We were like, oh!
Well, it's like a couple weeks ago, we were driving down the street, you know, like how sometimes homeless people will have signs. There was this guy, had a yarmulke on, had a sign that said, "My first black girl," with tallies at the bottom, and he was pointing at cars and stuff and like shimmying and shit.
Those did we get those other nachos after the guacamole in your horchata.
I think you've learned that every time you hang out with me, I just want Mexican food.
Yes. Yeah, that's pretty much, you know, like, hey Angela, let's make something for the podcast, and she'll be like,
tacos.
Yeah, tacos. Well, I heard that you beat The Wolf Among Us.
I did. Really liked it a lot more than what I expected. Never even looked into the game. If I were to do like my top 5 on my favorite PS4 games right now, it would definitely be on there.
Yes.
It's a really fucking good game.
I'm happy I showed that.
However.
Oh no.
The ending that I got, which I believe is like, if you've probably seen multiple endings on it. And so far this is the only ending I have seen.
No, there's only one ending. Either you kill him or you don't, and nothing changes.
Well, I killed him. And so at the end, it was just Big B staring at his like apartment complex, and Arissa comes up to him and she like talks to him, and then she goes, "You're not as big and bad as you."
As everyone says you are.
As everyone says you are. And then like she starts walking away, he's like, "Wait a minute, that's what that one bitch said to me."
Yeah, Faith.
And they have the same voice, and they look the same. That's her! Because this whole game was telling me about glamours. So then it's either choice square, choice circle is follow her, choice square is let her go. I followed her. So I started following her, and then boom, credits. Okay, and I like that, but that pretty much means that The Wolf Among Us, unless they make a sequel, was just a big commercial for their new comic book that just came out.
That would suck.
Because I didn't know. I bought
Well,
Fables.
that's also a comic book.
Well, no, I know that. That's what I'm saying. Like, it follows Fables. It's technically before Fables, the comic book that was already out. And then they remade this new, Fables, like a second series of it that's supposed to be after the first comic books that came out. And so, it pisses me off that in order to know what happens next, unless you make a game, this is what I'm saying, that we have to read the comic books. So the first graphic novel I have to buy is The Wolf Among Us, which is what I just played.
Oh, it's pretty much the same. I've read it.
Well, I know that, but I'm reading what I already know because of that game. I have to spend $30 on graphic novels to know what has happened so far.
We just do it. Look it up online.
Well, I know, but the game should have been something original and not off the book series, because now they're never going to be able to make a second one, and this is the problem with Until Dawn, is that because it's like a choice main-based game, you get to make your own choices. Awesome, butterfly effect, love it. But because of that, like say when you played Until Dawn, you either saved all of them or you killed 2. So if you played it a certain way, What if the sequel is just like all of them are there and you were supposed to play it a certain way?
Well, they have, with The Witcher, actually, and The Witcher 2, your choices affect you. And at one point in the game, you're talking to this guy, and it's the game's way of knowing. It pretty much asks you, when this happened, what did you choose? But it does it with conversation. So when you tell him all the things that you did, and that game storyline goes with that.
And I like that idea, but there's a good thing and a bad thing with that. Like, some people sometimes like the sequel more than the first game. Like,
so they never played it.
Right, like, even though, like, just say, like, all these story games are connected to each other, like, we only like Final Fantasy X.
Yeah.
But what if they started asking us questions like, do you remember what happened in so-and-so Final Fantasy V, technically? And you'd be like,
no.
I have no fucking idea, choice A, and then, like, you could kill everybody.
Yeah,
like, who knows?
that's
We don't
a problem.
know. So, like, it's a great idea, but it's also a bad idea unless there's a huge fan base.
Yeah.
I don't know how big of the fan base for The Witcher is. I know it's a pretty popular game. But
for the second one, not as many people heard about it, but when the third one came out, it was literally, like, all these people...
Yes!
Shit their pants.
Yes!
That's the reason why Lewis bought an Xbox One. He was like, oh, it's going to come out for an Xbox One? A month later, I have an Xbox One.
When we bought our PS4, David was just, because it was his idea to begin with. I mean, like, now I'm like, I'm really happy, and he was right. I should have just said, yes, let's get it, but I gave him fucking pain in the ass the whole time.
Oh, really?
But he was like, come on, we need to get this when new game's coming out. I'm like, alright, fine, we'll get this fucking PS4. It's gonna cost $400 I didn't want to spend. Didn't know you needed a digital TV.
Oh, so you had to get a new TV?
So we bought the PS4, and then it didn't work on our TV, and I'm like,
David?
what did you not tell me? We need a flat screen. Poof!
Yeah.
Kill me. That, and I'm glad we have both of them now. And if they make another console, which I want to get to, this is a big part of my enragement this week.
Okay.
But if they even make a PS4 or PS5, I know I would get it right away. But let me get to that real fast. I'll make it quick. There's been a lot of talk and rumors around the internet from IGN, Gamenesia, anything, that this might be the last generation for consoles. So no PS5, no new Xbox.
Really?
This will be it. We will just be making games for this, and streaming will take over. I think it's a wonderful thing, but I don't want it to take over. Because
not everyone has a computer.
I don't think the majority of gamers do that. But, like, this fucking Square Enix, they're sellouts. I love Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy X is one of the best games out there, and I think it's actually nominated as one of the
You know what just got remastered again?
For Steam. That's what I'm
really?
saying. You can play that game on PS2, PS3, PS4, and now Steam. Okay? They've fucking beat a dead horse for too long.
Well, that's the best one, apparently.
But, a little bit of hope, Ubisoft, they think there's at least one more generation for consoles. So, and I think people might go with them because they make Assassin's Creed, so...
I don't think they'll ever stop.
With us being able to just update consoles and then, like, because here's the thing, people don't like that it, like, discs are playback on, like, PS3s and stuff. So, like, if you got a PS4 and you have a ton of PS3 games, you just got the PS4 2 years after it came out, but you've been able to buy nothing but PS3 games, you can't play those on the PS4.
You can't?
No. And I think there's no backwards compatibility.
Backwards.
But, yeah, no, you can't do that. So that's why they're like, fuck it, let's just... make games for the PS4, update the PS4, you can buy updates for it, but that's it. No more consoles. But for people who are collectors, we want to collect those consoles. We want all those consoles on our shelf. If I won the Powerball, I would buy shit that I don't even like. I'd buy Xbox just to have every fucking game console in my house. I'd have just a gaming room. I'd have 3 fucking TVs, 3 computers, gaming computers. It would just be my little cave.
I'd never leave. Kind of like Lewis's little cave down.
Yeah, but I mean, like, with everything.
With everything.
There'd be little fucking, like the giant, like life-size stormtroopers they have in Meyer now.
You would have that.
I would have that, and it would be like Snoop Dogg's house with the little waiters. But instead it would be stormtroopers with little platters with joints all over the tray. So every corner.
You told me that.
Every room in the house, stormtroopers will be offering you joints. And there'll be 3 TVs.
Now that's a party.
That's amazing right there. So yeah, it might be the end of gaming consoles, which is crazy.
That shit.
But Ubisoft also announced they're announcing this big game at E3, but they're not giving any spoilers until then.
Trying to think of what
E3 is like my Oscars.
Yeah, I know. We have to watch it. It's a couple days before my birthday.
Get drunk
A couple days before it's legal. Why not?
Another thing I'm looking forward to at E3, Playtonic Games will be there, creators of Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh, you like that?
They're coming out because they can't get the rights back for Banjo-Kazooie. They've been making this game called Yooka-Laylee. And it's like dinosaurs. I don't know, it looks great, but they said they're coming with big fucking news too. And Nintendo is going to be strictly based off Zelda.
Of course.
So
they don't have anything else.
I'm like jerking off to this. Like E3 better not disappoint me.
I'm trying to think of what
Just
games
my pants every time I think of it.
There you go.
There's an image.
I'm trying to think of games that Ubisoft makes and trying to guess.
Well, they make like I basically
they make Assassin's Creed.
That's all I know.
That's all I know too.
I hate.
Don't you dare say it.
Assassin's Creed.
Why?
Okay, and it's not like
I didn't know
anything
that.
against the game. I actually like the games. I will not get the games in my household.
Whoa.
Because we've had them, and when David plays them, he gets fucking furious.
Batman furious?
Well, Batman, okay, when we first got Arkham Knight, and Arkham Knight with the tanks and shit, it was just too complicated, it's frustrating, anybody would get mad at it. Not as mad as David, though. David took our brand new phone and threw it across the room because he couldn't kill the fucking Arkham Knight, and broke it. We didn't have a phone because he broke it because of Batman. But when he plays Assassin's Creed, he'll look at me and be like, how the fuck do I beat this level? And I'll be like, I don't know. And I'll be like, well, thanks for the fucking help. Shit, I'm
Oh, damn.
sorry. So what else is going on in the game world?
Well, I was looking for information of what I would want to talk about. So then I just searched up games that are coming out next month. And I saw this trailer for this game called 7 Days to Die. And it's already out on Steam.
Ooh!
They're releasing it for the Xbox and PS4 in June. And it's a open world apocalyptic game, like zombie apocalypse. And it starts off with this guy. And the trailer is all live action. It starts off with this guy completely naked, walking barefoot through the snow. And
that's a way to start a
and a long beard and long hair. And he's holding himself and he finds this car. And he's talking about, times are tough, blah, blah. I don't know why he's naked. Come to think of it. And he takes the clothes and boots off of this dead guy in the car, finds weapons, and goes on his way. And it's open worlds, and there just happens to be zombies around.
So it's kind of like Fallout 4.
I need to get in on that.
I need to learn about that shit.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I never really cared about
Apocalyptic games.
Thank you, yes.
I love apocalypse movies,
nuclear
books,
war sort of
games, yes.
I like that stuff, and because of Fallout 4, have you ever seen the beginning of that game?
Mm-mm.
Okay, all that game's about is there's a nuclear war, it's old times, 50s theme sort of world, but it's
I've seen Fallout New Vegas.
Well, the beginning of Fallout 4 is you're just at your house with your family and stuff, you just had a baby, and you work for the military, somebody knocks on your door and says, hey, you want to sign up for this vault? War's coming, and you're thinking okay, this guy's fucking bullshitting me, but I guess if it's free, I'll just sign my name. And literally, minutes after that happens, there's warnings going off everywhere, and everyone in the neighborhood's running to the vaults, the vaulted area.
And if you didn't sign your name, you don't get in?
Yeah, he got to sign his name for free, but if you didn't get to pay for a vault, you don't get to go in there, so you're dead. You're gonna die.
Yeah.
So he goes into a vault. He gets his vault, he gets his family in the vault, and you get to the vault right on time, because as it's going down under the ground, you see the fucking mushroom cloud explode, and then as you're going down, you make it just in time, and you look up, and there's just dust and fucking wind, so you see everything kind of get demolished, and you're going down in this vault, and then there's more story to it. I mean, you'll have to watch it on your own. I don't want to spoil it. It wouldn't be spoiled for anyone else. This game's been around for 2 months now, but. Yeah, that and the beginning of that game, oh god, I was holy shit.
Yeah.
And if you think fucking making your own character on The Sims is fun, fucking making your own character on Fallout 4 is fucking fun.
Really?
Yes. But I am not trying to get off the subject of the game you're talking about. That's just kind of what I heard in my head, was almost like Fallout 4.
Okay. But yeah, that's all I really know about it right now. Mm-hmm. Because I haven't watched any gameplay or anything, but I'm going to get to that, and then I'll talk about it more if it's good, and if it's not.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about it next week, because you'll have to show me when we're done with this.
Oh my god. We don't have a lot of listeners on our podcast, but I managed to get my sister-in-law, her name's Shay, and she told me to talk about her, because every day, Lewis has a game room. It's in this basement, Angela knows. It's like a hidden room almost. It's like you have to bend over to get...
Let me say, if this was Harry Potter's room under the stairwell, it's pretty nice. It's alright.
Yeah, well, it is like next to the stairwell. And you have to bend over to get in, and then it's just pretty decent sized room. We have 2 TVs down there, 2 giant flat screens, and a leopard print couch and a leather chair.
It's pretty much like his man cave.
Yes, it's a man cave, but I have my section, he has his. Lately, that's how it's been. I play my PS3 down there. He plays any game that he wants. But he plays a lot of Call of Duty Zombies, Black Ops 3. And he does it with his sister, Shay, and Erin, Shay's fiance, and then Shay's brother, David. And they are hilarious.
No, I was listening to them the other day, and they were cracking me up. Especially Aaron, because he was getting passionate about something.
Yes. There's a game coming out.
I had no idea, because he goes, are we broadcasting? And he goes, and then all of a sudden he says, oh, Lord Jesus, let me talk about this. Preach!
Yeah.
And I was just like, holy shit, Miranda, we need him on the podcast.
Aaron. Yeah, he was talking about
then Lewis and Shay are just in the background going, and clapping, and like, tell it, amen! So it was hilarious. So then I decided to play Celine Dion, My Heart Will Go On.
They didn't hear that. While he was talking about it, Angela played some dramatic music, and I lost it. I had to go upstairs.
No, I couldn't do it anymore. But they were a hoot. They were fun.
I don't think they heard that part, but that was the best part. Just doo-doo-doo while we talked about this game. Oh, shit. That was hilarious.
But yeah, no.
He was talking about this game, Modern Warfare, the remastered.
Okay, see, I wouldn't know anything about it, so when they started talking about it and they were passionate, it was just like, this is a different type of religion. No idea.
Well, in a lot of the new Call of Duty games, there's like wall jumping and like super jumping, and you can't quickscope people with that. So it makes them better players, but that's just because they're fucking running away pretty much. In this new Modern Warfare Remastered, it's like the original. There's none of that. It's just straight on, you have to be good or you're gonna die. And they're gonna have their own multiplayer servers. Like, you know how different servers for games, and this is gonna have its all own server, because I guess they're really expecting it to do well. It's gonna have like updated graphics and all that stuff. But the only way you can get it is if you buy the Infinite Warfare, the one that everyone's mad about.
Yeah.
So the only way to get the game is you have to buy the other game, even if you don't like it. And that's how they're gonna get sales.
They're like, fuck you if you didn't like the idea of this game. You're gonna have to get it anyway. That's kind of genius.
Yeah, it is genius.
Like, we know it's a shitty game, but you gotta get it anyway.
Yeah. Because Lewis doesn't like all that, like, space stuff like that. He thinks it's stupid. He just likes the normal... Aaron kept saying, we're back on the ground. But yeah, I watch Lewis and Shay and Aaron and David play all the time, and Shay wanted me to mention her skills, but then Lewis, every day after she'd say that, would be like, don't forget to say I'm better. And then she says the same thing. So they were both saying that to me. So either way, I think they're both great.
I think we're just going to have an actual tournament.
They did, and he won. She lost twice. But she says she was off her game. So I think we really are going to have to do a rematch, and you're going to have to come over for it.
I'll be the judge. I could be kind of like the distraction.
There's no judge. Either you're alive or you're dead. That's how you figure it out.
Oh, okay.
The points.
Well, we'll just have to see for sure who's better. It's funny, the other day we were talking to Shay, and I got to tell her about Munchie.
Oh, yeah.
She was rolling. It was cracking me up, because Munchie is about... let's say, like, 4 feet long, and about 2 feet tall, and about 500 pounds. And she's
a pug.
She's a pug. She's huge. Her face is smushed in. Blind as shit now. We have this nightlight. She can't see anything. She could still sense and walk and eat on her own. So it's like she's still healthy, but not really.
No.
But she could, she's tough.
She's alive.
She's a tough dog. She's fucking still pushing it.
She's alive.
She will just go and look at it because I think she can sense the light. But at night she'll just be in the room, just staring at this light, going ball, ball.
That's her beacon.
Ball. Like, Munch, get out of the room. Ball.
Ball. You sound exactly like her.
Yeah, she won't bark. She will not go outside in the rain at all.
Neither will Shanny.
She will not step on grass.
Why?
I don't know.
Tyson used to be like that.
I don't know. Munchie. And if you touch her, smell your hand after.
No.
That is the worst. And I think she didn't say it, but she gave the look like, why do you have this fucking dog? This sounds like a nightmare. Anyways, I found out they are remastering all the Five Nights at Freddy's games and moving them to console desks and everything. So, eventually I'm going to have all Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yay.
That's what I'm trying to say. I will have all those on my shelf soon. Because it's a perfect party game, too. It's like
just simple.
It's not really like a game, and I guess like after watching it a million times, you're like, this is fucking retarded.
It's easier than starting up a whole storyline game.
Yeah.
Like that, we have to go through this whole beginning part just to get to the fun stuff.
Right.
Like, those aren't party games. Those are just...
It's like, people who've never played this, like my mother. I would love to see my mom play Five Nights at Freddy's.
Mine too.
It would be hilarious, because it'd be new to them.
There's this, I don't know if you saw this, but Markiplier is playing a Five Nights at Freddy's game, and it's like open world. I would say open world, more like open house. And you walk through a house, and in the hallways are the animatronics, and you have to get through the house without them seeing you. And you could just see them getting closer and closer, like in the living room sometimes. You have to turn around and run.
He's playing that?
Yeah.
See, I don't know if it was an actual Five Nights at Freddy's game, like made by the same person.
I'm not sure. I think so, yeah.
He's made like the SpongeBob SquarePants ones or whatever I've seen. But like, the joy of creation, is that what it's called?
I don't know, let me see.
The Joy of Creation, that's what it's called.
Yeah, and I think the same guy that made
Scott.
Five Nights at Freddy's, yes, also made it.
You know what, I'm kind of a fan of the Five Nights at Freddy's series, and it's like, you know what, when I say like a very detailed, very impressive game, does that fit under that category? No. But as simple as it is like, it made an impact so fucking big.
Yes.
So, and I like it because, like, the first time I watched it, scared me.
Well, it's simple, so it's not too hard to, like, oh my god, just have to sit there and learn. It's just simple controls, simple storylines, simple steps, and you get scared.
Yeah. I think of it like, if a game scares me at first, it's a good game.
Like Layers of Fear.
Yeah. Did you know there's multiple endings to that?
No.
There's 3 endings.
Really?
Yep. Watched all 3. It's not really that big of a difference, but poetically it's interesting.
Like the note says different things?
No, I think the note still says the different things, but there's like 3 different paintings he makes.
Really?
Yes, interesting. Each one is very, very different.
So the laughing chick one was a bad ending?
No, I think that one's called like the wife, one's called the child, one's called the painter.
One's him, one is her. And what decides those endings?
I guess stuff that you collect. There's different things you can collect. And I searched this up, I cheated a little bit on Wiki, because at the end I was kind of like, alright, this is a little fucking confusing. Did he maul himself apart? Or did he maul his child apart? Or his wife apart? It ended up, I guess he was taking severed body parts from both. He was keeping the wife and the child's body. I guess like the child maybe had cancer. And
really? How come it doesn't talk about that in the storyline? Or it does, but we never found it.
Yeah, I think there's other things you can find. But like the child had like a wheelchair, was sick.
I thought that was the wife because she got burned.
No, she was just like, she pretty much had like cadabra skin, I guess, and just didn't look right. Cause like I remember when my grandfather set himself on fire once. Like, it's not funny, but he's in peace now.
I didn't know.
Yeah, he got himself on fire once, cause like he was the funny thing is was a retired fireman when this happened.
Yeah.
And he was burning stuff and just like a trash bin. He's like, oh, why don't I just cut these fresh branches with this flammable sap and throw gasoline on it too? And I guess he still had like some of the sap on his hand. Set himself on fire. Died like 3 times that day. But I remember the cadaver skin afterward. So, like, if she killed herself in that game, she must have had, like, cadaver skin and didn't look right. And that was, like, the whole thing of, like, she looked burnt and ugly and not, like, how she used to. And so he was using, like, parts of their body from, like, his daughter dying of cancer and her.
To make the paintings.
Yeah. So I guess he never, like, reported it. that
they had died?
Yeah, and so he was like, you can't keep failing, you're running out of shit to use. Yeah, so.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's why he was just like really fucking.
I wonder where the bodies
crazy.
In the house are.
I don't know.
You don't get to see, because at the end you get to see what the house really looks like.
That's just what I read on WikiHow or something, which sometimes you can't rely on that, but that sounds pretty damn...
Like, correct?
Yeah, I don't think that's...
I use Wikipedia for everything.
You're not supposed to.
Shut up. Yes, I do. It's a bad source.
I remember, like, in school, Mrs. She used to just be like, don't you even fucking think about it. Like,
and you did anyways.
Yeah, I know, we all did, but I mean, she I don't know, she had that kind of, like, fear to, like, freshies and shit. Just like, I'm Mrs. and I eat your soul by fucking looking at you. But then as soon as your junior and senior hit, she's like, what are your best friends?
Yeah, and she's like, you're like, shut up, Mrs.
You got anything else in the video game world?
No, but I do have something about a video game movie that I'll talk about later.
We'll get to that, because
yes.
I got some things to say about that shit.
Oh boy.
But a little bit of comic book world. I mean, I read, like I said, like I read the first Fables that came out. I read the first graphic novel, and it was good. It was very similar to the game. Glamours were still a big thing in that series. Yeah. The farm was still a big thing. Everything was very common to the game. I guess The Wolf Among Us, like...
is its own comic.
The newer series, like the new comic and the game, takes place before this, so they just made the prequel.
Yeah.
So the one I'm reading, I guess, I'm not reading technically the first one now. It is the first one, but technically not now, but I don't know, it's confusing.
I get what you mean.
But is it just such cop drama bullshit? It was like, there was a scene in the video game, okay, and I did this too, because I'm like, I bet you this is a fucking spoof off, like, dramatic cop shows, where it's the Woodsman and Big B, and they just got done fighting something in a bar or something, and they stand outside, and the Woodsman's like, you guys smoke for me? And Big B's like, yeah, here, you can have one. And then the Woodsman starts walking off with blood all over him and this axe over his shoulder, really, like dramatically into the sunset. And the Woodsman's like, see you around. And he's like, yeah, see ya. And then he gets, like, halfway down the sidewalk, and then Big B's like, hey, Woody. And, like, Woody turns around all dramatic. And Big B's like, he goes, I'll see you around. And he's like,
we just said that.
He's like, I'll see you around too. And then he, like, turns around all slowly and walks away.
And you never see him again.
I'm like, holy shit, there's a soap opera right there.
Oh no, the last time you see him is at the end.
Yeah.
By the witching wall. That's funny.
With the cigarettes every, like, 5 seconds and, like, the dramatic looks.
That was the point. Well, I love how it's so cartoony and there's so many fucking swear words.
Oh, I know.
All fucking swears. It makes it funny.
Yeah, no, the game was very unique, and, like, I don't know, maybe I just couldn't comprehend what it was about when it first came out, or that it was Telltale, but I seriously, it's probably like...
Oh, Telltale makes that 7 Days to Die. I'm pretty sure is what it said.
They're impressing me a little bit, getting a little more excited for that Batman game, but I still don't think the artwork should look like that. Neither would Star Wars. Star Wars also announced that they are making a game for the next 3 to 4 years. Sounds great. Sounds like Candyland. Great. But it's gonna be like, every game is gonna be like Battlefront, which means you have to, like, pay for a PlayStation membership, or you can't play online. I don't give a fuck about playing online. I care about story.
Yeah.
That's all I care about. Thank you. Fuck off.
Well, I have some things to talk about that will interest you. Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Okay, it is technically have to do with Fantastic Beasts.
Okay.
And I know you're not all that excited for that.
Righto.
But you did say you'd be interested in knowing the American school stuff.
Yes, that's...
And I got right here the 4 houses.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so they're all Native American animals, so the names are really funny.
Okay.
And a lot of it has to do with rain and thunder.
Rain dancing.
Yeah, stuff like that. The houses are Horned Serpent, Wampus, Thunderbird, Pugwudgie.
I'm Pugwudgie. I can already tell. It's like a Hufflepuff.
Not really.
Wampus.
Okay, a horned serpent.
Wampus.
It's like a dragon-like thing with, like, horns, obviously.
Yeah.
And it has long teeth, and it's said to control the weather, like rain and lightning, like I said.
Okay.
And thunder, and its magical abilities are, like, shape-shifting, invisibility, and hypnotic powers. And then there's a Wampus. And it's a cat.
Dirty Wampus.
Dirty Wampus. It's a cat kind of creature, and it's described as like a kind of fearsome cougar, and it doesn't really have anything about its magical abilities. But that's all that was said. And then there's a thunderbird. It's a legendary, very large bird, and it makes storms and stuff, storms and thunder.
It's a Zapdos.
Pretty much. And then there's the pugwudgie, which is the weirdest one of them all. It's like a 2 or 3 feet tall, like human-shaped thing, but it has big ears, nose, and long fingers. And it can disappear and reappear, and it has partial transformation into a porcupine or a cougar. Oh, and it has to do with like creating fire. And those are it.
Hey, I mean, whatever, J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
Whatever you can come
Well, you
up
see,
with.
the thing is, she didn't announce it. What happened was, this code writer guy was, like, changing stuff for the website, and in the code, he saw the 4 different houses that wasn't posted yet, and he, like, read it and got the information from, like, the website coding.
Well, no, I know, but it's just like when she came up with that, she's like, what would be a good word for this? Pugwudgie.
I think that's actually a Native American thing.
I'm sure, but it's
I'd have to look it up.
It's just hilarious. But, yeah, anyway, I think, like, the biggest thing for me this week were hearing about video games in cinema.
Yes.
So, one, had no idea there was an Assassin's Creed movie coming out.
I had an idea, but I wasn't thinking anything of it because most video game movies absolutely suck. So I was like, oh, whatever. You know,
we're going into a generation where it's happening. Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
Fucking anything is going to be a video game.
The cool thing about this is
or a movie.
Michael Fassbender. You know, they're using good actors. Like high-paid, well-known actors. Which is, another thing they have in their favor. And another thing is they're spending a lot of money on it and actually giving a fuck. Because I don't know if you've ever seen the Mortal Kombat movies.
Oh, yes, I've seen it.
Yeah. Those are great.
Then didn't even realize there was a trailer out already.
I haven't seen the trailer.
Yeah, trailer just came out too. I'm like, holy shit. I haven't seen the trailer yet either, but
I really wanted to play the new game Syndicate.
I watched David play Black Flag. Black Flag. God damn it. Black Flag.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, that one is good.
I had no idea that one pirate was going to be a girl.
You didn't know that?
No, not until late. Well, I mean, I had a feeling either that's a small kid or that's a woman.
Yeah.
And it ended up being a woman.
Yeah, but this is
I like rub your feet. Sorry.
This is the generation where video games are gonna be movies because it's all entertainment is all fucking video games and YouTube now. And I love it. It's like people are now starting to go to YouTubers for help. Like fucking Steve-O was on Game Grumps the other day.
Yeah, I saw
the lead
that.
singer of Coheed and Cambria. Like, what are these people doing on there? They're not doing too good. They probably need YouTubers. I don't know. Seems
That's
like
how you
the
see
obvious theory, but who knows? Maybe they're just big fans of YouTube, want to be on it. Chris Pratt's gonna probably be on Game Grumps eventually because they took a picture of themselves with that watermelon. So this is Chris Pratt, and Chris Pratt replied, he goes, "Yes, that's 100% true." So, I don't know. But other than the Assassin's Creed movie, Nintendo just announced that, and I mean, I think Nintendo's just trying to
Wait,
save their
I have
ass.
more on Assassin's Creed.
Oh, go.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay, well, a little bit more information about what it's going to be about, just in case people don't know. It's not going to be based off any game that's been made. It's a new storyline set in the same universe in 15th century Spain. And it has the Animus in there, like the contraption he goes into.
Yeah.
So it's in 15th century Spain / modern day. So it's not like, they're making like Assassin's Creed and putting Ezio in it. It's just, it's its own storyline.
Which I'd be fine with that.
Which is also a good thing because then they don't really have any expectations. It's its own storyline based off the game.
Right.
Which was a damn good idea, I think.
Oh yeah, originality.
Is what you need. And it's hard to be original when you're following something, because it's always going to piss somebody off. So this was like the best route to go about this.
Yeah,
and that's why I think that's why I think it's going to succeed. But anyways, back to this Nintendo movie.
Nintendo just announced, and I think it's only because they're trying to save their ass because of this fucking console thing or the NX.
Yeah, they're already failing with it.
They're like, oh shit, we pissed people off. What is something they've been wanting a long time?
A movie! Yeah, because they did so well with that Mario movie.
Me and David are like, please be animation and not real life actors. Because like a Mario animated movie, how adorable.
Yeah, that would be
children,
awesome.
But if it's just like, oh, here you go, here's the Mario Brothers movie again. Come on, nobody watched this.
No one watched it the first time. We're damn now not going to watch it the second time.
Unless we're really, really high and we don't feel like changing the channel.
Or you just have to watch it just because.
I will say, for like my senior graduation present, every single episode of the Mario animated series, watch baked once in my room. Right after graduation, I'm like, oh, I'm not moving out for another month. Might as well get high and watch Mario. No. I mean, it was good for its time, but now it's a big old whopping piece of shit. Same with like the Zelda animated series too, though. Like I love.
How do you do that when Link doesn't speak?
Well, this was before like it was a big like thing. Like Link doesn't talk because there was only like a couple Zelda games then when the game came out, and his thing was always like, "Excuse me, princess," and like he would be a fucking pervert in like the balcony and shit. With Zelda would come
Is that
out.
Is that where that came from?
Yeah. It's from the cartoons.
Because we used to say that all the time.
Yeah. Oh, I say that to David.
Excuse me, princess.
Princess David. He's gonna edit this out. So I think that's about it. That wraps it up for the day, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, so if you like what you hear, share it with your friends. You can follow us on Twitter. We usually just share videos. Eventually we're going to start sharing opinions and web links that we like.
Pictures.
And pictures and stuff. Right now, since it's only our 4th podcast, we've been kind of slow on that, but I promise that
we're only doing advertisement.
Yeah, coming in the future. Still trying to plan things around. Yeah, but if you want to follow us on Twitter, it's just the little @ symbol and ConsoleMoms, all one word. If you want to email us, you can. It's just ConsoleMoms@gmail. Haven't gotten an email yet.
No.
But yeah.
I'll email you.
It's archived.
I know.
But yeah, make sure to share it with your friends, and we will see you next Thursday, along with every Thursday. Just come back and get weird with us.
I'd be happy even to get hate mail.
Yeah, I know. Even a thumbs down, so I just know there's some activity.
Yeah, I know something. Anyways, bye.